Now, it's really rare for me to post anything mid lane related. As you guys know, I play mostly XP and jungle. Now, with that in mind, that doesn't mean that I don't know macro as a mid laner. And in this gameplay, I'm going to be showing you how to rotate properly as a mage. Now, if you stay till the end, you will see a shocking turn of events. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy, and remember to check out Loot Bar, link is in the description down below. You can get up to 500 bonus MLBB diamonds for the same price that you'd pay in the shop, except that it's actually at a 40 to 50% discount. So make sure to go check out Loot Bar. You're supporting my channel as long as you're using the link when you recharge. Thank you, let's get into it. Now, whenever we're talking about rotating as a mage, Pharsa has to come to mind. And in this game, I'm going to show you the decisions you need to be making. And on top of these decisions, I'm going to show you how to work around a roamer who knows how to set. So watch this gameplay. You're going to see how I clear lane, how I rotate, and how I managed to have such a strong impact on our team's early game. Pay attention to who has the stronger or weaker lane, and since Zilong beats Ruby at level 1 and at level 2, it's better to gank the Brody and Obsidia. Just like that, we get first blood. It's crazy how much damage Pharsa can do with skill 1 and skill 2, eh? It's absolutely insane because of her passive, where the bird flies in and goes and does bonus damage, which triggers your lethal ignition as well. So always be wary of Pharsa's skill 1, skill 2 poke. It's very strong, but who said that we're done? Let's go down to XP lane. Just like that, we're 2 for 2. 2 clears, 2 ganks, 2 kills, 2 rotations. Absolutely insane. This is why knowing how to rotate as a mid laner is so important. Also, pay attention to where I position on the map. I will never walk up if I don't know where Saber is, and with that in mind, you will see that the only times I'm walking up to clear my lane is when Saber is fully visible, because he is the biggest threat to me.
The higher you fly, the more you see. Feel my pain.
Now pay attention to my decision here. Saber went missing, and even though I could have this Tigreal walk up and check bushes first, I don't know which bush he's positioned in, and with that in mind, I decided to fly around the long way. Even though Saber got visioned on his blue buff, do keep in mind that this is very important macro to have, or else you might be feeding that Saber a free kill, which nobody really wants to be doing. So, long route's always better, as better safe than sorry is almost always the term you should be thinking. Here, we get an extra kill onto Ruby because people underestimate the poke, and unfortunately, this ulti wasn't the best ult you've ever seen, and you won't be seeing the best ults from me. This is my 3rd ever game on Pharsa, but you can see the macro that I'm applying, which means that even if you are a strong mage player, maybe you don't have better macro than me, and that's okay. That is simply because I've played with so many amazing mage players, such as Marvi or Koyomi, or I've witnessed players on teams that I coach and how they play and rotate, and with that in mind, monkey see, monkey do, you can do it too. I don't know why I'm rhyming now. Let me shut the fuck up.
You don't know how close death is. I am driven by revenge. Nothing will stop my justice.
Initiate retreat.
I am driven by revenge.
When you have a good roamer, which is why I always recommend mages to queue with a roamer, and they know how to set, you are always gonna have a good time. How brain dead easy is it for me to just press my ulti here, and I'm doing so much damage to the enemy. With that in mind, try to always play with a good roamer. Here, I delayed my skill 1 thinking that he could land his second part of his second skill first. I should have used it immediately so that I wouldn't have to think about it. But in my head, all I thought is stun lock him and there's a better chance of killing him since my ulti was on cooldown.
Let us spread our wings.
Again, maybe my positioning wasn't the best here. I should have definitely played more back, but I wanted to be in a spot where I would have been able to 110% back up the Tigreal's ulti. And we managed to, and we managed to live. Luckily, I should have been punished here by that Ruby, but it is what it is. You can't complain when it doesn't happen, right?
Feel my pain. My world is free. Epic outplay.
Even though I was sleeping for the first little bit of this fight, we managed to come in with a decisive ulti right by the end of it. And I don't really know what this Brody was thinking, but this is just an extra free kill for us. Overall though, you can see how strong Farza's impact really is. Not just on Farza though, you can be having very strong impact on heroes like Yve, on heroes like Kadita. If you want to be ganking side lanes like crazy and target locking certain enemies, then I recommend playing heroes such as Farza or playing heroes such as Kadita, because these two are by far the best mages in the game right now for putting a lot of burst onto an enemy very quickly and for punishing them for being overextended. But if you want to play a more control mage who can poke out enemies and harass like crazy, I do recommend Yve. Just don't pick Tigreal and Yve, it can work, but for the most part, I highly recommend picking more of a burst mage like Kadita or Farza, and I think that goes without saying. Especially if you're in duo or trio queue, it's always good to be the one specifically that has a lot of confirm with your skills. Now, if I was a way better Farza player, this Ruby dies here as well. So when I said I'm not going to play a perfect gameplay, but you're going to see how I'm still able to have a lot of impact, that is what I meant. Because look, we're not even building properly. Lightning Truncheon is good, but it's technically better to build Wishing Lantern as a second item, just because it does so much extra burst damage. So I'm not even building correctly in this game, but we're still out here completely dominating.
You don't know how close death is. Revenge has blinded him.
Good work.
Vi, let us spread our wings. The higher you fly, the more you see. Feel my
Good
pain. I am driven by revenge.
I hope you guys are noticing that I'm only playing passive until they engage, or if Tigreal engages, and all I do is follow it up or zone them away. And you can see that I'm 5-0 and 8, keeping my distance from Saber, keeping my distance from a Ruby flicker hook, keeping my distance from Brody, and we're just having a good time. But are you starting to notice that our side lanes are extremely bad? Our Zilong keeps split pushing, never joins team fights. Our Ibsidia keeps going solo when they have heroes like Saber on their team. I think you guys are seeing the plot twist coming up soon.
Vow, let us spread our wings. My world is the sky.
And in a shocking turn of events, Ruby manages to take the Lord as well. This is a huge setback. It's very unfortunate. Ruby stun-locked our Thamus and I had to focus the Saber, because I can't really put a skill to stun the Ruby, but I can at least burst the Saber and kill him to stop him from trying to take the Lord. In the end, it's just super unfortunate.
You don't know how close death
I told you guys, my Farza is not that good. You witnessed one of the worst flicker ults you've ever seen in your life, but to be honest, I really thought I could do something there.
Nothing will stop my justice. The higher you fly, the more you see.
Now for the few of you that are still watching to this point, I hope that you can see how slow and how far back I am playing when Saber is off the map. I know that he can one-shot me at this point, so I don't want to risk anything.
The higher you fly, the more you see. Vow, let us spread our wings.
As you can see, we're still just waiting to follow up our team, but unfortunately we got a pretty equal trade here, and then Zilong thought he was Thanos and went in 1v3 and ended up dying immediately. I told you, bad randoms.
You don't know how close death is.
Honestly, I was gonna try to steal this Lord, but the second that Saber went around looking, that's the moment where I need to back, because a shutdown on me is about 600 gold at this point. It's not worth dying for.
Nothing will stop my justice. Revenge has blinded me. My world is the sky.
I genuinely thought Tigreal would have ulted the Ruby because it's a completely free kill, so I flickered in anticipating it and he didn't do it. This flicker might spell my demise pretty soon. And just like that, indeed it did. And then of course Tigreal decides to set at the point when everyone is dead. Zilong doesn't know how to defend the base, he decides to split push top lane for some reason, and we are in a totally losing situation. Overall, you can see that I applied perfect macro and we managed to still lose this game because of bad teammates. So when you're losing your ranked games but playing a very good game, yes it is frustrating, but don't be upset because it is what it is. Anyone who holds a high win rate is people who play in 5Q and in trio queue and completely dominate as that trio or 5-man. Anyone who plays in solo to duo, remember that some games are just unwinnable. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, I hope you learned, and I'll see you guys in the next one.